Hi, welcome to Steinemann Wellness TV, the place to be to build your health and your wealth. And this is a very special Wellness Wednesday. We're going to just do a short Q&A today, and we're going to start that off first with some fun news. We are expecting baby number 3. So we're obviously going to have a lot of pregnancy related things coming up. And this is one question that I get asked all the time. So, congratulations, Laura, how are you feeling? And of course I reply, good or great or something along that lines. And I always feel like I want to elaborate and to explain that, I didn't always feel so great and so good with my first 2 pregnancies with Noah and Eli. And so, just first off, praise God that I was able to get pregnant again, and I'll elaborate about that in just a minute. And I'm just so thankful to have tools to also help with me feeling well through this pregnancy. And so I'm going to share a little bit of my story. Some of you know it, probably not a whole lot of you, because obviously it's not something that I'm going to talk about at the dinner table. And right after I had Eli, a few months after, Eli was about 4 months old at that time, my health just declined dramatically. And I've learned over time that my health had slowly been declining. I just thought that, this is how you feel, that I was a tired, frumpy mom. And I learned that no, I can feel well and I can feel good and I can have lots of energy. And so a couple of my symptoms were actually, reproductive symptoms. And one was that I would wake up, with like night sweats or hot flashes. And the other symptom was that my cycles, so from the beginning of one menstrual cycle to the beginning of the next, was extremely long, and it kept getting longer as my health declined. So at that time, when Eli was about 4 months old, my cycles were 50 days long. I know, go ahead, drop your jaw. They were 50 days long. And so basically my body was going into perimenopause already, in my mid-20s, which was not cool. And, that was part of my wake-up call. Like, okay, this is not right, and I need to do something about this. And so, like I shared, so it's to me just a miracle that I'm pregnant again, that I was able to reverse those symptoms after I started my nutrition program and, eating well. We've just now started incorporating exercise at the beginning of this year, pretty regularly. But just, eating well and starting a solid nutrition program, I was able to get my cycles to be anywhere from like 30 to 35 days. And I have to tell you, they've never been like that ever, my whole life, even, as a teenager. And also, the night sweats, or the, like the perimenopausal hot flashes, or whatever you want to call them, they are gone also. So to me, I'm just so thankful that I was able to reverse those symptoms, and I was able to get pregnant again, because there was a time when I just thought, I'm just going to have to be happy with these 2 kids that I have, and I don't even know if I'll, 1, be able to get pregnant, and 2, even if I could get pregnant, if my body could even handle it. So that is just a little bit of my story in a nutshell and where I am today. And so I encourage you, because we're going to be having some pregnancy workshops, so some workshops that are going to cover information from pre-pregnancy, like what to do before we even get pregnant. It's so critical that we start thinking about what to do to prepare our bodies before that baby, before that seed is even planted. When God decides to plant that seed, we just want to be able to offer it the best support possible. And also what to do to avoid nausea. Being nauseous and, throwing up and all those things, they're very common with pregnancy, but it's actually not normal. If we're getting the right nutrients, we can keep most of that at bay. And then we have lots of people going by on the street today. So anyway, also we'll be covering, what to do to help with constipation, girls, and what to do during labor, what to help even postpartum, with with baby blues, and just all the things pregnancy related. And we're also going to have some fabulous guys talking and giving their input as well. So please find out, I encourage you, find out when our next workshop is and attend, and bring along your spouse or significant other, because they're along for the ride also, whether you're just thinking about, okay, what should we do to get ready to be pregnant, or let's say you're pregnant already, you know, awesome, congratulations to you, and maybe you'll want to come and get some tools in your toolbox. I'm so glad that I've had them for this pregnancy, and really wish I would have had them when I was pregnant with Noah and Eli. So I just encourage you to learn all that you can and then decide if it's a fit for you. So go ahead and check out our blog. We have some great information on there and more info coming on pregnancy. It's naturallymomanddad.blogspot.com, and please find out when that next workshop is and get there. All right. Thank you for joining us on Steinemann Wellness TV, the place to be to build your health and your wealth. Have a fabulous day, everybody.